It is the next round in the Europa Conference League, and we are playing Freiburg, and it's also the last day of the transfer window. That's not the issue, though. The issue is, for some reason, my Screenflow is not working properly, and I don't know why it took me this long to realize it. You can see if I go here, and this is all the Screenflow that I have added, all the U20 competitions, all the U23 competitions, from everything. And they're all the same settings. Stats, player overview, on match day, visit new screens automatically. You know, every country I have loaded, I have their youth leagues that are supposed to pop up as a Screenflow. I mean, heck, I got the Czech U19 first division, for crying out loud. This is the Croatian U19 division, the Bulgarian ones. You know, all the leagues. Transfer window starts. I go to my short list, and this is my default short list that I add everybody to, just because in some ways it makes things easier at the end of the day when you have everybody on the same short list. You know, Tim van de Heuvel is from my Netherlands recruitment focus. Thiago and Ricardo Matthias are from my South American focus, but it puts everybody together. But the one thing I did notice was that, like, you know, when I went to, say, my Eastern Europe shortlist, I have one player on there. And to be honest with you, I don't remember how I added him. And then I sat here and racked my brain and thought, I have not seen a Screenflow for anything outside of South America since the save started. And then I sat there and thought a little bit longer. I watched through some of the previous videos. We had one come up for the Caribbean Cup a couple of times when that was being played. I had a couple show up for the Asian Cup when that was being played. But it's February. All the leagues everywhere, with the exception of some of the Scandinavian leagues, I believe, should be playing. I'm not getting Screenflows for any of them. So I filed a bug report with SI. We'll see what happens. I don't know if it's something going on behind the scenes, because it seems odd to me that you would only get Screenflows for certain competitions, not others, especially when you have them all loaded and they're all being played. You know, like the example I sent SI was February 11th. The Italian U19 divisions were being played. I didn't get a single U19 report. So that was just one of those things. Transfer window is essentially closed. We don't have any more transfer activity. As you can see, we got 40,000 left in the transfer budget, 79,000 or 798,000 left in the payroll budget. That's because I thought I was going to get a very good Italian midfielder in as a loan player. He decided not to come here, but the only way I was going to get him here was if I paid his salary, and his salary was about 768,000 euros. On the ends, Lucas Rodriguez, a good young defensive center back who we found through the Screenflow. I like his physicals. I like his mentals. His composure could be a little bit higher, but the fact that he's 19 years old, I think we can bring that up. His technicals, yeah, they could be a little bit better. The 10 crossing is nice, though, for what he is. His heading is nice. His marking is nice. His tackling is nice. The technique and things like that can definitely improve. He did not qualify for a work permit. And I believe every time I've asked to see if he can get one, it's been refused. I just asked for another one. This didn't pop up until he actually got here, this injury-prone thing. I have no idea what's going on with this, because the entire time I had him scouted, I don't remember this popping up. I could be wrong, though. I signed him because his contract was ending, and he's here on a free. I'm okay with that. Plamen Andreev. So, Hits went out with an injury for 5 to 6 weeks, and that's when our non-winning streak started at the end of the year last year. I'm not happy with my backup keepers. And then the keepers that I found, at least the Screenflow at the moment, have the potential to be good, but I don't want to stick an 18-year-old with potential between the sticks at the moment. I went to players in my region, didn't see anybody I liked, so I did the third option, which is where you go to the general manager, you go select transfer targets, and I said, hey, find me goalkeepers who are interested in transfer. And Plamen Andreev popped up. Now, he's at Levski Sofia. He is one of this year's wonder kids. He's got a ton of potential. Model citizen, already good aerial reach and command of area, decent one-on-ones, good rushing out and throwing. I mean, okay, anything above 10 is average. Anything above 10 is above average. Anything above 16 is excellent. He is above average in almost every area you want a keeper to be above average in. And at 19 years old, he is only going to get better. I felt iffy about this one because I didn't exactly find him through scouting. I didn't find him through Screenflow. I knew who he was when he popped up. I went back and forth and thought, okay, I'm going to make an effort to sign him because I did not go out and look for him specifically. My GM, who's a very good GM, said, hey, Levski Sofia might take some money for him. Now, the flip side to this is, and this is one of the other things that clued me into the fact that I hadn't seen any European Screenflows pop up, is that he has U21 appearances. If he'd shown up in the Screenflow, I would have recognized his name and I would have added him through the Screenflow. I can't really plead ignorance on the fact that I've heard his name, I've heard he's good, and I don't want to break the fourth wall or whatever just by signing him. It's the same thing with the kid from Australia who just got signed by, I'm totally blanking on it now, it just happened. In this game, he was signed by, I want to say, an English club. I was like, I know him because he's been in the news. Do I make a move for him? Yes or no? That's kind of a balancing act. And on one hand, part of me is okay with that. On the other hand, part of me isn't. But the part of me that is okay with it is much greater than the part of me that isn't okay with it. So as a result, Plamen Andreev is our keeper of the future unless he leaves in the next couple of years, which could happen. Right now he's 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. He is going to play every game the rest of the way, unless he gets injured. And I just said that out loud. Giovanni Fabian is our last in. He is on loan to us from Genoa, a defensive midfielder who can play ball-winning midfielder. Really good player. They gave us an option. I'm thinking of the other guy. I thought we had an option to purchase him. It was the other guy we had the option of purchase, and he's the one who decided not to come here. But anyways, Fabian is a good young midfielder. I would be more than happy to sign him if we could. He's a bit out of our price range at the moment, as is his salary. The only issue with him is that he came after we had already registered for the Conference League, so he cannot play in any of those matches. But a very good young midfielder, a ball-winning midfielder who on defend likes to get into the opposition area, gets forward whenever possible. I'd play him as a box-to-box in the midfield, but I have a decent box-to-box midfielder. I have a couple decent box-to-box midfielders. I brought him in specifically to be a defensive midfielder because for some reason, Alosha Keimlein, who I brought in from Union Berlin, got recalled because he wasn't being played enough at ball-winning midfielder, which is odd because almost every game he was a defensive mid playing ball-winning midfielder. So I'm just going to chalk that up to FM being FM. It's not the first time I've had that happen in FM. It's the first time I've had it happen in FM24. On the outs, just a few. Bradley Fink went on loan to Ajaccio. He wanted more playing time here. I just don't have it for him. And honestly, if he wants more playing time, he's got to lose the man bun. Gabriel Segua went on loan to Torpedo Kutaisi. I can't remember where they are. They are in Georgia. And I believe they have an option to pick him up. Adriano Ogbule went to Arau on loan. Lucas Rodriguez, who we brought in, turned around and went to Arcritas on loan. And then Axel Kuntz, who was a young advanced midfielder on the right with not a lot of potential, went to Sion for $40,000. I also went through and released a bunch of players. All these players I put on the do not want list. Sell them or release them on a free. They all got released on a free. I lost a little bit of money on each one, but I'm okay with that. Almost all these guys were 1.5 star, 2 potential tops. And they were, 18, 19 years old. They were not going to see any sort of playing time here in Basel. They were taking up space at the end of the day. So then the other thing I found out the hard way was we have a 25-player limit on our active roster, and there's no exceptions. So, U21s aren't grandfathered in, and that sort of thing. So it made things a lot interesting when it came to registering players for the second half of the season, because it's like, I want youngsters, I want to give playing time. Are they registered? Yes, no, maybe. We'll figure that out. We ended the last episode with the game at Maribor. We turned around and beat Zurich 4-2. Comas had a goal, Fry had a goal, Dubas had a goal, Jovanovic had a goal. Then it was the quote-unquote winter break. We had a couple friendlies against a couple of Croatian teams. We beat Slaven Belupo, and Dinamo Zagreb absolutely stomped us. We turned around, we beat Lausanne 2-0, thanks to goals by Jovanovic and Dubasin. We drew against Winterthur. This was kind of annoying because they were lower on the table than us, and we had a solid game against them. 11 shots, 6 on target. Our XG was .93. We dominated possession. They were in the we're just going to foul to stop you sort of mood thing, and I could not get a second yellow card on any of these guys, no matter how hard I tried. They played a really low block, and it just frustrated us. But we came away with a point. I guess that's a positive. Verdun we beat thanks to a Fabian Freigold just before the half, and then we drew with Young Boys 1-1 thanks to Rex Hodge goal. He is a good young advanced midfielder on the right. He's 16 years old. Physically, already this good. Mentally, he needs some improvement. Technically, he's not bad. 13 dribbling, 13 first touch, 13 technique, mix that with a 13 flair. He just needs a little bit more strength. The jumping reach, I'm not too worried about because I'm not expecting him to be in the scrum. If anything, he will be the one kicking it in. But he got his first goal. It was nice to see. And then we just lost to Luzern 2-0. This was, we sucked. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, no one had a good game. It was just horrible. So, and as a result, now I've got the club and I got the club ownership and the fans saying, hey, maybe the 4-3-3 isn't for you. And I'm like, I know, but it's who it's the formation that suits everyone the best. I got this 4-2-2 I've been playing. Maybe we go to that after this. I don't know. But for the moment, it's a 3-team race, I think, for the top 2 places. The problem is we just lost to Luzern. They're in first place. Zurich, who pipped us twice back-to-back to go up 6 points on us, is now 5 points ahead of us. We are currently 4 points ahead of Young Boys and 5 points ahead of Servette. Third place, I think, knock on wood, is ours. I want to see if we can push towards second. That is going to require some help. So, but we're going to play home and away against Freiburg today and see how well we do there. And for that, we're going to have Andriev in goal, Schmidt, Berisic, Komas, and Drager as the defensive back 4, Viega as the defensive mid behind Fry and Zaka, Dubas and Galpo as the attacking mid, Jovanovic up top as the striker. You know what, we're going to switch Zaka and Fry, and I'm going to bring on Demir. Okay, the in-game sound is going. Freiburg's a good squad. I think a 4-2-2-2. Roland Salai, Tamu, Wall, Eckstein. Got a work cut out for us. Schmidt to Gunter. Gunter pushes forward. Salai. He gives it to Grifo. Grifo puts it far post. Really tight angle. Son of a gun. Freaking 2 minutes in the game, we're already down. Grifo got him behind his defender. I can't tell if that was poor keeping or what. Demir from distance sends it in. Gomes is there. And it went wide right. Sorry, I had to cough. Leinart. I'm going to go to positive here. Push the guys up a little 4. Eggstein. Grifo. The crowd knocked down, but Kyrie's there. He's a Damu, and he puts it wide left. Wide right. His left, my right. I can never get it straight. Check something out here real quick. Dubasin loses the ball. Sedilia gets it back to Leinart. Leinart to Sedilia. Pushing forward, sends it to Adamu. Kyrie. And he hits it. Or you just sit between the defenders there. Who came up? Who is that? Stop, let me click. It's Viega. And they're on the attack again. Carry to roll. Evades one. Loses it. Demir gets the ball. Dubasa centers it. Viega. Viega over Fry. Fry to Jovanovic. And we get one back. That was nice. His 17th goal of the season. Viega sort of made up for his defensive lapse there. Looked like Jovanovic could have been offsides. He held up enough, apparently. So playing this 4-2-2, but they're really kind of bunching up. How do I force that on them? Do we trap them on the inside? Force them to bunch up even more? If we go a little wider, let's see what happens there. Kickoff highlight, Schmidt. Up into space. Is Adamu going to get it? He is. Holds it up. Roll. Knocked away. Eggstein. Oh, Gatto steps in front of him. Gives it back to Andriev. Andriev bombs it forwards towards Jovanovic. Schmidt heads it down to Kyrie. To Roll. Roll, playing a little bit of keep away. Finally gets it to Leinert. To Eggstein. Grifo. Oh, splits the defenders. 1-on-1 with Andriev. Can't even say he's young. Looks like he got a foot on it. Okay, looks like maybe forcing him inside was the wrong thing to do. Let's trap him outside. Yeah, we're just shy of 60 minutes here. Let's see if we need to make a few changes. Yeah, Jovanovic is not having the best game. We're going to move Dubosin up. He's not having the best game either. All my top three are getting gassed. Wow. Okay, we're going to bring Barry on to replace Jovanovic, and he's an advance forward. We're going to bring on Malone for Dubosin. You know what? We'll bring on Rex Hodge for Gatto. See what the 16-year-old can do. I think Fry we're going to leave on for now. Salai got injured. He's not on the field. We have a man advantage, and it's knocked out. Okay. He rushed that shot. Corner kick. Demir. Schmidt knocks away, but goes right back to Demir. And forward, and he takes a shot, puts it far post. Nice. Only his third goal of the season. I think he got FM'd by the RNG when this database got corrected. I don't know what his upper limit is supposed to be, but I'm almost positive that he got the low end of it when this database was created. Ten minutes to get another one back, guys. Uh-oh. Kyrie from distance. Oh, Andriev got a hand on it. What are they waiting on? There you go. Knocked away. Adamu. Now back to Kyrie. Lofts it again. And it goes wide right. Not the best game for us, but we got 2 goals back. That helps. That helps. Grief had a brace of goals for them. Kyrie had a goal. Jovanovic and Demir had a goal for us. They were just better than us across the board. We beat them on possession, but that doesn't really matter. It's what you do with the ball. I mean, I'm a huge fan of possession, don't get me wrong. If you have 65% possession and no goals to show for it, then what's the point exactly? So we're going to play St. Gallen offline and then come back for the home match against Freiburg. So back with that in just a bit. Well, we beat St. Gallen 2-1 thanks to an 85th minute goal by Maurice Malone. Other than that, it was kind of a fairly standard game. They had more shots and more on target than we did, but their performance was subpar. They played down to our level, and it showed. You know, Valci was their best player, and it didn't help that their keeper was a little bit injured, although I don't know why they put him in instead of the other guy. Other than that, it was a fairly even game. Other than tackles won and headers, they were dominant there. They played this diamond we had a little bit of a trouble with. So, and again, the hoi polloi was unhappy with the tactic I used. So today, we're playing the 4-2-4. We're going to have Andriev in goal. Actually, I need to take Andriev off and put him on support. We're going to have Andriev in goal. Schmidt, Van Bremen, Comas, and Rueg as the defensive back four. Demir and Zaka as the midfielders. Malone and Drager as the attacking midfielders. Barry and Jovanovic up top as the strikers. Malone and Drager are just on at the beginning because Dubosin and Guado are both gassed from the last game. So I'm going to bring them on at the half. The other thing we're doing is we're playing really high up the field, and we're pressing a lot more. Starting the game out positive as well. Drager got injured already. Jovanovic back to Drager. Crosses it. Player missed it, but Schmidt picks it up before it goes out of bounds. Headed in. Barry's there, but it's knocked away. Zaka can't get to it. Comas. I'd switch the perspective, but I don't want to miss anything. Demir to Barry. Oh, dispossessed. Haller to Grifo. Cuts right, gets to Kyrie, 3-on-2. Cuts right again, and Driev pushes it out of bounds. Corner kick for Freiburg. Knocked away. I need to get Drager off. I need to get Drager off already, don't I? No, we'll get him off after this. Andriev over to Schmidt, who appeared to be out of bounds when he stopped it. Van Bremen centers it to Zaka. Zaka, Jovanovic. Jovanovic out to Drager. Drager, he's pushing, tries getting Jovanovic. Jovanovic somehow manages to tow it away. Gets to Malone. Malone breaks inside, loses the ball, but it goes to Demir. A little help from the ref there. Schmidt crosses it in. Knocked away. Rueg in the box. Malone, again, ball bounces away. They're using this weird orange ball that I'm having a hard time seeing. Rueg, Jovanovic, Zaka, Barry takes the shot off the top of the netting. Make some changes to the tactic at the half here. 0-0. Pass into space. I'm going to go really wide on the attack. More direct on the passing. We're not going to trigger press as much outside. Last game I tried trapping him inside and it didn't work. Schmidt to Malone. Malone back to Van Bremen. Van Bremen out to Malone. Malone back to Andriev. Van Bremen almost loses it. Zaka. Demir. Demir up to Schmidt. Got by the defender. Takes the shot. Goes right to Atbolo. Going to the attack here. Grifo. Off the top of the net. I'm not a fan of whatever color that ball is, and I have no idea how to change it. We're about 60 minutes in. Is there anybody? Schmidt's hurting a little bit, so we will bring on Vogel. And bring Dubasin on from Malone. We're going to bring Gauto up top and bring on Rexhaj. Kyrie. Ball's knocked away. Rueg. He's going to get to it. Holds it up. Crosses it to Rexhaj, who's never going to want to have a battle with Gunter. Zaka back to Combs. Rueg back to Comas. All the way back to Andriev. Van Bremen. Vogel. Pushing forward. Holds it up. Centers it. Dubasin. Got by his guy. Takes the shot. And he scores. That's nice. Oh, we needed that. That is a weird colored ball, and at least from the distance, from the height I play at, I just have a hard time seeing it. Nice shot by Dubasin. We're on the attack. I think what we're going to do is go back to the positive here real quick. Egerson, Kyrie, Holler, up to Dawn, got by the defenders. He's got some help. Instead, he's going to go, off the crossbar. Gauto picks up the loose ball. Running forward. Holds it. Cuts inside. Lofts a ball in. I have no idea what on earth that was. I really want to make a ton of changes. Leinert. Gunter. Phillip. Why did he stop running? Why did he stop running? Schmidt to Gunter. I thought I had pressing the goalkeeper. Maybe not. Holler ends up picking the ball after it's headed back and forth. And he's fouled by Vogel. Son of a... And Andriev misses. No, not Andriev. Who was that? I totally missed who that was because I was focusing on Andriev. Vogel dodged a bullet there. Demir up to Gauto. Where did we pick up all these yellow cards? Gauto out to Rexhaj. Rexhaj cuts inside. Long pass towards Dubasin. That was nice. And he pushes it just wide right. If the game's in on a push, does it go to away goals? Extra time. Jovanovic, 55%. Zaka's at 51. Bring Zaka off. Bring on Viega. I think I'm going to have to switch to this. Leave Gauto up top. Bring on Fry. Switch him into Viega. Gauto wants to be an advanced forward. Gunter. Score. Haller gets it. What happened there? Haller got a header in and Gia just misplayed it. Oh, he was kind of shielded by Roll. Vogel. Back to Demir. Demir splits the defenders. Outside in. Takes the shot off the equipment. How many woodwork hits is that? Boston. Vogel. How is that not a foul? Doned. Kyrie. Kyrie. Inside. Outside. Holds it up. Gets it back to Fallman. Fallman to Roll. Roll to Haller. Haller back to Geza. Geza out to Gunter. Gunter to Phillip. Come on, guys. Roll. Heads it in. Kyrie's there. Mother. Very attacking. Come on. Only 2 goals. I don't know how many minutes. I don't know if we're going to get it, especially because we keep playing the ball backwards. Viega out to Dubasin. Dubasin drives forward, loses the ball. Out of Bolo. Passes out into space. Comas is going to stop. Why am I saying Comas? Comas is going to stop. Rex Hodge. Back to Rueg. Rueg. Oh, Vogel. Driving. Takes the shot. He skies it. Someone got a hand on it because it went to us for a corner kick. Gauto decides to let the ball go out of bounds. Out of Bolo. Goes downfield. Gauto heads it down to Rex Hodge. Rex Hodge loses it, but Gauto picks it up. Vogel out to Dubasin. Dubasin back to Demir. Demir to Dubasin. Dubasin driving forward, holds it up, loses the ball. Oh, Gauto? Oh, and Adebolo got a hand on it to knock it outside. Vogel on the throw-in. Demir back to Vogel. Vogel sends it in. Rex Hodge isn't going up to get a header for that. Come on, fellas. The kid's 16 years old and he's 5'7" if he's lucky. Phillip. $16 shots, 8 on target. Their XG was 3.31. Ours was 9. 2 woodwork hits. They had 1. And 5 half chances. They had 8. We are out of Europe. Received 300,000. That puts us a little bit in the positive now because we were 70,000 in the hole. But now the issue is if I go to them asking for more scouts or an affiliate, they're not going to want to do it because we don't have the money. We have, how many games do we have left? Let's take a look here. We got the Schweitzer quarterfinal coming up. We'll play them. We're playing Grasshopper. I could go 6-5 and pick them. Either way, depending on how far we go, we'll determine what goes on here. The last game we'll definitely pick for sure is going to be Lausanne. We're 5 points ahead of Servette. We're 2 points behind Zurich. We're 7 points behind Luzerne. That's Champions League. Europa League is 3rd round. The money between first and second is 120,000, 150,000, give or take. Yeah. So we need to aim for second is what we need to do. I knew Freiburg was going to be a tough opponent, but man, I can't tell what I did wrong in that last game. Was switching formations that late in the game a bad idea? I don't have the depth for the 4-2-4. That's something I'm going to have to work on this offseason coming up. There'll be a lot of changes this offseason. We start setting the team up the way I want to set up and get the loan farm up and running. The only drawback is going to be this 8 players trained in Switzerland, but I have a bunch of youngsters I'd be happy playing on the first team and bringing in off the bench for some playing time. So there's going to be a big, long look at the offseason on the depth chart and things like that. And I have no idea what's going on with this Screenflow thing. I've got to do some research on that. I filed a bug report on the forums. Now I've got to go in and just do all the searching on my own, which is just essentially going to the national teams and things like that, checking out the best teams in the region and seeing who they have, which is going to be time consuming. But luckily today, the day I'm recording this, is the day before Thanksgiving, so I got a 4-day weekend and not a lot going on. So, a football manager 20 hours a day. What's not to like about that? If you have liked what you've seen and heard, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM24. I thank you very much for watching.